warm afternoon to you all, and welcome to Onyema Ugochukwu Hall, the venue for the second annual forum of Association of Behavioral Research Analysts and Psychometricians. We are so glad to have you. And if you are not too official here, please help me extend a handshake to someone that is beside you. Thank you. Greet someone, get to know the person. I know some people are not from this state. All the way from Nasarawa, Lagos, Abuja, Kogi, Benue, Sokoto, Adamawa, Delta, Edo, Rivers, Calabar, name them. Please interact with someone. Give a handshake. Thank you very much. And without much ado, we are starting the event right away because the Vice Chancellor is here. And so having said that, I would like to quickly constitute the head table. I don't know if we have ushers here. The secretary, we have ushers. Okay, please help me welcome to the head table the Vice Chancellor of this great institution, a learned soul, a legendary, a man that is making impact. He is here ably represented by the Dean of Mother Faculty, Professor Antiabong Ekong. Please a round of applause for the Dean as he comes to the head table. Please celebrate him. If you clap better, you will say something good. Thank you, the Dean, sir. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Also to join the Vice Chancellor at the head table is the chairman of this great occasion, a professor by calling. Please help me welcome Professor Imabong Akpan of this great faculty, also Faculty of Education. Is that how to clap for the chairman? Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to bring also to the head table the keynote presenter, Professor Ifeoma Isuko, the Registrar, National Business and Technical Education Board, all the way from Benin City. Please celebrate her. Is she here on representation? I guess that's the representative. Sorry about that. Thank you very much. We have also to join members of the head table, Professor Vincent Asuru is one of the lead papers presenter. Is he here? Please clap for him. Thank you, sir. Let me also welcome Professor Emmanuel Udofia, Department of Geography, as one of the lead paper presenters. Okay, he's on the way. We have also Professor Mfonobong Umobong, Director of Quality Assurance and Chairperson of the LOC. Please celebrate your chairperson. Thank you very much, ma'am. Let me also invite Professor Eme Joseph, Director of Academic Planning, also of the Department of Educational Technology. You're welcome, ma'am. Let me also invite Professor Ignatius Ajuru. Okay, is it there? Okay. We have Dr. J.O. Adeleke, AB RIP President. You're welcome, sir. All the way from University of Ibadan. Please celebrate him. To also join the head table, Professor Kechi Patricia Mary. Is she here? Please, a round of applause for her. Okay, on the way. She's here. All the way from Nandi Azikiwe University. Okay, Mayu, welcome. We have also Dr. Oladipo Abodunwa, Vice President, all the way from Polytechnic Ibadan. You're welcome, Ma. Thank you very much. Let's also have Dr. S.O. Aniyos, Secretary, University of Ibadan. He's the Secretary of this conference of ABREP, yes. And he is of the University of Ibadan. Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor, the chairman of this great occasion, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, do not forget that I said that we are here at the instance of Association of Behavioral Research Analysts and Psychometricians, APREAP. They are here on their second annual forum on the theme, Enhancing Analytical Skills for Global Competitiveness. At this point, may I please request that we all rise as we take the national anthem. Still in your standing position, we are going to take the University of Uyo anthem. Let us arise as one and light up wisdom's path. They citadel, our grace for best rest from Nazareth to Itapuchi. Like a giant in the African sun. Arise, arise, great you, New York. We shall arise and shine of cultured men and women blessed with wisdom, depth of vision, and leave behind traditions for generations to come. Arise, arise, great you, New York. Arise, 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 and shine forth. Great you know you. Thank you very much. Please, we shall remain standing as I invite the Director, Academic Planning, Professor Emma Joseph, for the opening prayers. Professor. Let us pray. Our Father in heaven, we are grateful to you for a day like this. We thank you for making today a reality in our lives. We thank you for the opportunity to come and learn from one another. We ask, oh God, that you will guide us through this program. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you very much. You may please take seats. Thank you for that wonderful prayer, Professor Emma Joseph. The Vice Chancellor, the chairman of this great occasion, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I would like to respectfully invite the chairperson of LOC, Professor Fonobong Umobong, for the welcome address. A round of applause for her as she takes the microphone.
I learned that my people don't know how to clap. So can we clap? We can do better than that. Thank you very much. At least if we were in a church, the pastor would have been doing something like this and he would be clapping and clapping and clapping. But we are here for Association of Behavioral Analysts and Psychometricians Forum. And some people were asking me, why is it called a forum? Why is it not a conference? I said we call it a forum because it's an all-embracing. We have both a workshop and then a conference. I want to welcome every one of us that have found time to be here for this forum. I want to thank God for the grace, for journey mercies, for every one of us. Some people were here since on Monday. We have about maybe 10 people have left today after the workshop. I want to welcome you once again like I did on Monday. It's not easy to live at the comfort zone of our places to come out for an occasion like this. But God has destined that every one of us should be here, and that's why we are here. You may ask, why is it that the hall is not filled? It's not everyone that was supposed to be here. It's only those that have been called that are here. So we want to, first of all, thank the Almighty God for His benevolence, for His grace, for His mercy that has made us to be alive, to be here for this second forum. I want to welcome every one of us, and I want to say you are blessed in Jesus' name. I want to thank God for the grace that He has given to us to be able to run around to put this forum in place. You know, sometimes when you have a baby and people don't know you very well, we are trying to pay a thing, that we are trying to bring forth a thing. People don't really understand, and they will say, why should I be here? But by the time it comes to a full manifestation, you will see people, if nothing else, you have good food to eat, that you will go back, you won't have any stomach upset, you won't have any problem, and if it's so delicious, you will be well treated. Even the people that give you the food you give it with a smiling face. We don't have anything that will tie our face. So welcome, and not only are we coming here for paper presentation, you remember what Jack said, all works and no play make Jack a dull boy or a dull student. So when we are done with our presentation, we'll go out there, have some fun, look around, have some entertainment, so that by the time you return back to your university and various places, you have fond memories of the University of Uyo. So On behalf of the Vice Chancellor of the University and all the good people of Akwa Ibom State, I say welcome, welcome, and welcome.
Thank you very much, the Director. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. That's from the Chairman, LOC. She said you are welcome. I don't think there's any other person who can reverse it. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Another round of applause for Professor Mponogo Umobo. She knows what she said. The food are well prepared, everything. Because a careful research was done on them. Thank you. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I'd like to invite the Vice Chancellor of our great institution, Professor Nefiorisian, SAN, here ably represented by the Dean, Faculty of Education, Professor Antiabo Egon, for the opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Vice Chancellor. Please celebrate my Vice Chancellor.
Chairman, all the professors that are assembled here, please permit me to recognize specifically Professor Azuru of the Ignatius Ajuru University and Professor Esemono. We've been colleagues in the Committee of Deans of Education of Nigeria Universities. And I'm happy they are here in Uyo. I am here representing the Vice Chancellor. All the participants I've seen, but I want to describe you as distinguished academics. You are welcome to you. Because it's not easy. By the time we look at the title, Association of Behavioral Research Analysts and Psychometricians, my mind took me somewhere of Nigeria. When I was a student, Professor Samson Ojo Laito developed a book and he called it Focametrics. I said, Prof, what do you mean by Focametrics? He said, okay. You have biometrics? I said, yes. You have econometrics? I said, yes. All the metrics, and now we have seen psychometrics. So vocametrics is nothing but, application of statistics to solve vocational technical problems. It's still the same thing. And the book was selling. I quite appreciate this forum. I think it's one of the best, if not the best forum that we're having in the country. Why? Because education itself is research. And for the research to succeed, it requires some psychometric instruments to apply to be able to come up with your findings. In other words, the solution of educational problems in Nigeria lies on you because your forum host. We are told that you've been having workshops since Monday, and I know the skills that have been imparted during the workshop will be very, very much applicable to solving educational problems in the country. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor, I want to thank you for choosing the University of Uyo. And I'm sure, because I'm told you paid a courtesy call on the Vice Chancellor this morning, he's always very hospitable. And I know other things that he will give to the association before you leave. That is left for him. It will be communicated to the LOC. Thank you for coming. I wish I had all my postgraduate students here. As I've always told the students, postgraduate work is mainly research and nothing more. And by the time you do not acquire the research skills, you find it difficult to scale through your postgraduate research. Because you don't just have to do they copycat. And then you transfer from 1920, you bring to 2020. It becomes a serious problem. I want to thank this association for organizing this, and the theme, enhancing analytical skills for global competitiveness. We want to appreciate it because a lot of people look at Nigerian education system as a failure. But I've always asked, what's the basis of saying that it is a failure? That I know that with this kind of group and with the skills that are well packaged, I've seen Professor Azuri is going to deliver a lecture on that. His lead paper, Issues in Scaling and Modern Approaches to Constructing Measurement. That's very good. I've seen the second one, Consideration for Theories and Assumptions in Contemporary Analytical Engagement. And I know that research is dynamic. And that's why we always encourage our students, attend conferences, attend workshops. Because whether you believe it or not, you are going to learn something new in it. And the University of Uyo is poised to educational development, is poised to supporting modern research progresses. That is why we have quite a number of our students on staff development, just to be able to upskill themselves, so that by the time they come in, they'll be very, very effective and functional, which will be transferred to the products, who incidentally will become ambassadors of our institutions. I want to thank all of you because I've seen that you are coming all the way from Ibadan, all the way from the north, all the way from Port Harcourt. I mean, it is a national gathering. Thank you for coming to you. I know that you must experience some stress on the road. It doesn't matter. We are in the next level in the country. So we think God will always help us. Along the line, we know that all these roads shall, be taken care of. But academics, the way we do not care. We struggle to go there so that we can learn, we can interact, we can share knowledge, make new friends, we network, and we continue. That's the benefits of being an academic. I want to thank you once again for coming, and we assure you of the peaceful environment in Uyo. I'm sure mosquito wouldn't bite you wherever you are. I'm sure the feeling that, in fact, when I came in, I saw eggs, I saw bread, I saw akara, I saw very many things for your breakfast. But before you go in the next few days, you are going to add weight, whether you like it or not. So that when you go home, you will tell your wives and your husbands that you came to you. So we assure you whatever problems that you're going to have, definitely security-wise, our environment is peaceful. So no cause for alarm. I urge you participate actively in this workshop. I'm going to listen to the lead papers, at least for today, and I know that at the end, the communique that will be out from this will be very, very useful. In fact, most of our researches, like I've told the students, more of surveys. You don't divert into experimental. You don't divert into any other designs, and I've seen quite a number of them here, which I know you package all these things into, publications. That will be very, very useful. All the professors from Ibadan, UI, I went to UI sometime, and I entered the bookshop. Even if you carry 1 million naira, the bookshop can take the whole money from you. Because the books that you see, you want to buy them. And if you don't find books there, in fact, don't look for it again, you might not see it. That's UI. Who are the UI people here? Thank you very much. I like that place. And we know Uyo is might soon overtake you. So be careful. So once again, I want to thank you. I want to thank the paper presenters, the chairman, members of the high table. Once again, thank you for you. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor, I declare this forum open in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Thank you very much.
the Vice Chancellor, ably represented by the Dean, Faculty of Education, for that wonderful remarks. You have said so much. We are here to interact and also gain new knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what the Vice Chancellor said, another round of applause for it. Thank you very much. That same note, I would like to invite the chairman of this great occasion to have a word or two. Professor Abon Akpan. Please celebrate your chairman.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's just for me to add my voice to what my Vice Chancellor has already said. This occasion has been declared open, and I want you all to know that you are really blessed to be here today, especially our postgraduate students. That this has come to you at a time like this is really a blessing to us, because we know that not just everywhere that students and even some of us lecturers, we have problems when it comes to analysis. And for you people to be here with the theme and the workshop, everything about this conference has come at the right time. It's really a pity that it's coming at a time that we are all very busy here, trying to, as lecturers, trying to ensure that we are through with our lecture so that we can start exams in 2 weeks' time. So that also has contributed to this place not being filled up. But like the chairperson of the organizing committee said, it means that this training, this workshop that we've gone through for the past 2 days, and what is going to happen from today is just for selected few. And that is why I'm saying that we are really blessed to be here. Please settle down and enjoy your stay here for the remaining 2 days. All that we have in store for you here, I'm sure it will be, some of you, it will be a novel experience. And I expect that at the end of it all, when you are ready to leave with you, you will see that you have experienced some good things here, and you will have good words to say about Akwa Ibom State. You are welcome, and I wish you happy deliberations.
Thank you very much, the chairperson of this occasion, Professor Imabon Akpan, for that wonderful opening remarks. So stay here and have a happy stay. We'll do it together. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before I call on the next presenter, I'd like to quickly bring onto the head table the representative of Director, Institute of Education, University of Ibadan, Professor Menga Adewale, is here represented by Mr. Antia. Please come up to the table. Stay here. Okay. Also to the head table, let me invite one of the lead paper presenters, Professor Emmanuel Adofia, Department of Geography. So please come up to the head table. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor, sir, the chairman of this great occasion, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've come to high points of this event to know about AB rape. And this is going to be taken by Dr. Joshua O. Adeleke, AB rape president. Please make welcome him as he comes to tell us more about the cessation of behavioral research analysts.
The Vice Chancellor, Professor Enebio Isen San, ably represented by Professor Ajopong Ekong, the Dean of Faculty of Education, the Director Quality Assurance, the keynote speaker ably represented by Dr. James Suba, the Director of Academic Planning, the other lead presenter, then other men of high table. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome once again. I equally acknowledge the gentlemen of the press also. I tried as much as possible to summarize what I will present to you so that I will not take much of your time. Because if I will give everything about ABRIP, I know it will take so much of our time, and we are here for real business than to listen to history. So, but as someone that will know the value of time, so I tried as much as possible to give a summary. However, my summary should be comprehensive so that whosoever will listen to me will understand what the association is all about. I give this preamble. The role an analyst play in any research engagement is central. His understanding of measures obtained from various scales is fundamental. It is unfortunate to know that most analysts still operate like quacks. Many cannot comprehend the basic assumptions before deploying statistical tools. In the field of scale development, the advent of new theories and dimensions in measurement also poses a great challenge to psychometricians. Knowledge of and the analytical skills for handling new statistical software are needful by the professionals if operations are to be globally relevant. This realization informed initiating the Association of Behavioral Research Analysts and Psychometricians, commonly called ABRIP. And the initiatives have been supported by people I call destiny helpers. We have many of them at the high table, and all of us here seated, we are supporting the vision. Then we have a clear vision from the outset. The vision of the association is to be an outstanding association with skillful members in behavioral research analysis and scale development with the intent of global competitiveness. And I think we are realizing that. On Monday, we listened to a presentation from the US where the Professor Mutisia, was highly excited to collaborate with us anytime. And yesterday, quite unfortunate, I didn't know that the link was sent to my mailbox since morning. But I did not open the mailbox. That was the link for Professor Oster's presentation. Before I will be called to walk around the link, we are already in the Vice Chancellor's office. So to coordinate ourselves to receive him was quite a challenge. So that was why the presentation we received yesterday from the US was quite distorting. But I've sent a message to him that on Thursday, we still have him on board again. So today also, we realize that they'll be presenting. So Dr. Mansari also will be presenting. So by the time we are interacting like that, we will not just be with local champions somewhere just harassing people. Because what I know is if somebody should have half knowledge of statistical analysis, the person will become an oppressor rather than a blessing. Because by the time he gets to a point and people are challenging, how did you arrive at this? The person will be annoyed. That's what I've realized. So it's better you have the in-depth knowledge, and to have that is to interact with people that are skillful. So then we also have this mission, clear mission, to promote analytical knowledge and skills for excellent and quality output in the area of behavioral research and scale development. The aim also is quite clear, is to harness the analytical resources among members and enhance skill for global and relevant professional performance among behavioral research analysts and psychometricians. I tried to break the entire presentation into just 3 phases. I will talk about the past of the association. The first side of it is the inauguration side. The Association of the Behavioral Research Analysts and Psychometrician was officially inaugurated in the University of Ibadan on 13th October 2018. I'm glad to inform the House that the local organizing committee for this forum, in person of Professor Umobong, with all our visible engagement in the university here, was in attendance. And we should give a round of applause for it. Because I keep on imagining that someone is inaugurating an association in the University of Uyo, and I should tell people over there that I'm going to Uyo, and the whole program lasted, I think, 3-4 hours. For someone to now travel all the way from Ibadan to Uyo to just participate in 4-hour program for the inauguration, you will see that the person really had passion for innovation. So, and I want to sincerely appreciate her for that. And with that, I want to say that the association was born and placed on our farms. And thank God, being a good mother, she's still nurturing the association. And you should see the involvement, the participation. Yesterday night, she was still with us. She will do the driving by herself. Something will surprise you. If you are a young researcher and a big senior colleague who cook, what mouth do you have to eat the food cooked by a professor? And that was the experience we had the first day we came. She cooked and the food would go around all of us. Each person to add to the pack to each person with water, and that really quenched the thirst and hunger that we came in with the first day we arrived at you. So if we are saying the land is a land of hospitality, we don't need any other proof, because seeing is believing. So we saw that one practically demonstrated. So we appreciate her and so much for that. Then, to my great amazement, people that really mattered in the field of research were present during that inauguration. Then, another event that really brought the association to the limelight, and I want to introduce that to everybody, and that is the platform where we discuss research. From my finding, I realized that most associations, you will see a lot of adverts, programs coming up. Immediately after the conference, that will be the end. Until another year, when they are coming for another conference. So I ask myself, where is the place of follow-up? Where is the place of regurgitating what you had gained from the conference? So this platform has been a platform that will always be on 24 hours. In fact, 3 o'clock. If I post anything around 3, you discover that people will be accessing that information from that moment. So people are now interested in that platform. So if you are here and you are not on the analyst platform, I'm telling you, you are just subjecting yourself, and it's quite easy. And as we are going back, we want to really help our colleagues. We just introduce it to them. It's quite easy. Just tell them to go to our website, www.abrip.org. When they get to the home page, they should just click on register now. It doesn't cost anything. So people were saying, why should I allow people to enjoy this fun? A professor called me, and now people should not be enjoying this thing free of charge. I said the intention was to help and not just to make money. So as many as you can give that link to, let them fill the form online. And after filling the form, let them download Telegram app. And you have my number. If you don't have my number, I can give you. So let them send just hi message to me, and immediately I will add them. The beauty of Telegram is all what we have been doing on from the inception of that platform the history will be recalled and the person can read and read. So if you have been added during this conference and you've gone through what we have been discussing, can you raise up your hand? Thank you very much. So maybe at the close of the day, we will listen to testimonies of what you saw, whether it's worth doing. And what I really want to appreciate members for is the high level of discipline. That platform you don't greet. That platform you don't say Happy New Year. No social. What we did as a parallel platform was to create what we call AB social. So voluntarily, if you want to join, you can just put anything, religious message, invitation message, Happy New Year, birthday cake, put anything. But on that educative and interactive platform called the analyst, try it one day. You will see how many people will harass you. If you just say good morning, or you say happy new month, or anything, immediately you say, delete now, delete now. We don't want it. Because people survey that platform time in, time out. So if there is no useful information that will educate their mind, don't put anything. Thank you very much. So that's about the online platform. Then we had the first workshop, which really brought many people together, professors, young researchers, and we interacted so much, and people went back home happy, enhancing their research activities. Then the first forum also, I'm glad to announce to us that we had the first forum. It was like a trial testing stage. We never had one before. We never had sufficient experience. We just called the people and we were so surprised. People came from Gombe, people came all over, and it was a nice time. The workshop was fantastic, the presentation, and I'm glad to announce to the house, from the paper that were presented, we were able to come up with 2 issues. We had one for February, that is volume 1, number 1, this is the edition, and we had the second one for August. So, and by the grace of God, we're sustaining the 2 editions. Many people could not have their paper published because they could not go all the way through. Because number 1, all the papers were subjected to similarity index. Many people fell by the wayside because the index or the indices of so many papers became so high, and they could not work on them to reduce the index, and we could not compromise. Some people, when the assessors reviewed and sent their report, many found it difficult to go with the demands of many of the assessors. So we had so many papers, but only dogged ones that could endure and could labor were able to have their paper published. And the beauty of this association is not professionally bound. If you check the scope, we have papers from nursing, we have papers from education, we have papers from skill development side. So that's so it's wide. So when people are asking about the association, don't just it's for education. No, it's not only meant for education. So many other people that are into behavioral research, they can benefit from that. So, and I'm also throwing it open. Let's buy copies and give to our colleagues, because we did not publish this. I remember the reason why the volume 2 was delayed was because it took time before we received responses from our international editors. There are about 4 of them until they reported and gave us the report about the quality. And I will give extracts from their responses during my presentation. Then the second workshop was also held, and it was of a huge success. Let me talk briefly about the comment of those international editors. The first person I want to comment on was the comment from Professor James Osler from the North Carolina Central University. When you get back home or you are there seated, just Google Osler James E. Osler 2. you will see the biography, highly proficient in statistical analysis, very high in advanced. In fact, he has ventured into, that was the one he was trying to introduce to us, trial statistics. So with all this experience, let me now give you what he said about our journal. Let me start by saying, I'm reading directly from the extract I obtained from his response. Let me start by saying, I am most impressed with the diversity, breadth, and depth of your publication. Not only is it diverse, but it also has a wealth of in-depth information from a variety of peers who cover a dynamic series of topics and use many dynamic statistical utilities that have broad applicability. I'm not surprised, as a body of psychometricians who have a wealth of such tools in their warehouse of instrumentation. What is most appealing is the nature of how the information is presented and the unlimited diverse perspectives that lead to virtually unlimited areas of further discourse on data analysis and analytics. This is particularly exciting to me because of my research areas that involve data analysis from a particular perspective of systemic tools and data analysis methodology. That was about Osler. Then another person from the same university who's our partner and international editor is Dr. Mansari. He said the journal report was brilliant. The next step is to move the journal to the ABCD journalist. We need to do that because international journals are more significant if they are listed under the ABC category journal. This is the standard, but I'm prepared to work with the team to help secure this list. That is Mahmoud Mansari. So we discovered that it's not something, a journal that you keep in a department or you keep and you don't want people to see whether it has gone out. We've sent it so that people will respond to have the feedback, and to the glory of God, the responses have been so wonderful. Then we talk about the present situation. We are here. That's the present situation. We are not stopping. We continue to educate our minds. We continue to interact together so as to move forward research practices that will be acceptable globally. For regional impact, we decided to move the forum from region to region. By the grace of God, we are likely to have the next one within the North Central. So, and we are hoping to have it in University of Ilorin, God's willing. So that's how we continue so that the experience will spread across the country. Then the future. The association would like to sustain 2 major programs annually: February annual program and August workshop for intensive skill acquisition. And I want to tell everybody, it has been our experience, 2 days will never be enough for you to get enough that will equip you to stand as a viable data analyst. So we normally have a week long. At that level, no paper presentation like I have my paper. It's only data analysis. So if you have gone for time series analysis, I realized that we don't handle educational data with time series design. One, probably because of our limited understanding of time series data analysis. So we have one of us who is versatile, went for a training, and just on time series analysis alone. And we need to, because we are talking of WAEC results over years, you can make predictions, but we've not been using it. All what we use such report to do is to enhance or to make our background robust, and that be all. We've not seen someone that will take the report, JAMB result, or WAEC result, or NEPO result over years and use that one to predict so many variables within the academic system. So when we have our meeting by God's grace in August, we are going to deal with all those sensitive areas so that we also can compare our research output with the people over there and we can see. And I want to note at this point that many of us, we think that all what the people over there in the developed country are sending to us We should just be running around and be responding to their demand. I will just share this through the experiences gathered over here. A student of mine and I, Dr. Aliyo is the secretary, we presented a paper to an index journal in the US, and they now sent our paper to whom they called their statistics consultant, and that person now queried the statistical analysis we used. So I know majority of the academics, so we go around and say, how are we now going to do it? We wrote back. And the beauty of this association, and I remember a lady from the UK sent an electronic test where the usage of the statistical tool we use was clearly explained. After my brief explanation to defend our position, and I supported my position with the link of that paper. The next thing they sent to us was congratulatory message. So what of you who are not knowledgeable enough? So we go and use a wrong statistics because someone from the US said what we used was wrong. So it's high time we develop ourselves. It's high time we defend what we do. So, and I think that they begin to have respect for us. I will not be surprised that a professor now sent to us, and I will read what the person sent to us about the paper that she wanted us. This is just a few phrases from Professor Mutisia, the Professor of Education and Coordinator of Technology Leadership Department Curriculum. He said, Brother Deleke, please let us know whether you can accept this article for publication in the next journal follow. Send it to a small me from the US. And the reverse has been the case over the year, where the US say, can you accept my journal? Now a professor from the US now sending that this journal, they want to subscribe. Are we ready to take their paper? And I think we can go far. If it's happening this way, most of our journal that is dying, most of our journal that people that are handling them, they are not really boosting the quality. So, and I think it is high time. So, God will help us. Okay. And I think the moderator is already signaled to be there. I think that's about the future. The association would like to sustain the two programs, as I've said. Both the association and the initiator are quite young in everything. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, we shall need your support in any form it can take to make this association fulfill our major objectives. Then I want also to, I know people that matter in the field of higher education, they are here. The association is also willing to partner with any university that may want to train their staff to be efficient. And that is practice in the place I come from. Our students, people can testify. And a postgraduate student of ours who has an understanding of a particular software, the person has not even done his preview now. The person was engaged by the Institute of Education, paid money. The money that was paid him was not just a chicken change. It was an amount of money that went through the finance committee of the institute. You should know what that amount should be. And he trained us for 1 week. I was in attendance. 2 professors were there seated, morning delivery, and the person is still our student till this moment. He has not even done his briefing. And he was paid. He was paid for the work done. So that is what we should do. If it's a small boy that has the skill, let us call him. He chose the skill. The most important thing is we are moving forward. So we are ready to partner with any institution that may want to train their staff how to be efficient. And I think my lead paper presenter, the dean of the Faculty of Education, who is listening to me, and likewise the dean of Faculty of Education, University of Uyo. I know one of these days she will invite us to come and do something. Okay, so the facilitators, to the glory of God, all the facilitators during these workshops were developed under my mentorship, to the glory of God. Some of them are PhD holders I supervise. Yes, by the grace of God. So some of them are PhD holders I supervise, while others are under my supervision currently. But I try my best to give them an enabling environment to develop and also give them exposure. I brought all of them for people to see. Let them interact with you. Surely, sorry. Then I believe my colleagues will adopt my model for raising young scholars. Instead of killing morals, instead of killing potential, Kunle Ayanwale is there. I organized a training. I was a student on. I exposed him to data analysis. He went far. When I knew that he had gone far, I called him. I organized his training for myself and few young ones there. We gave him a token, and I was under his teaching for 1 week to update myself on that software. He's here. That's what I do. So I don't, no master, no, like emeritus professor Obaya will say, there are no teachers, there are no students. We are all learning to learn better. That's the slogan. No teacher, no learner. So whatever you have, I share. Whatever I have, you share. It should be a symbiotic relationship. So nobody should be a receiver or true, and nobody should be a giver or true. We should share. So that is the experience, and I know our senior colleagues will take that model. The Vice Chancellor, sir, all our facilitators are well trained and tried. A good number of them are available for engagement as academic staff. They can work in our institutions, they are ready. I will be glad if they can be given jobs. Surely they will add value to research output and input ranking of the institution. Why? So when we check the school ranking, some university will not even surface until you get to 3,000 and so before they find their position globally. Why? Is the result, is their research output they are determined. So we can improve by diluting the system with quality hands that will boost our research productivities. And I want to say also to the whole house, I'm also available for sabbatical engagement for whosoever may want appreciation. I want to sincerely appreciate the, Professor Enebio E. Izen-San, the Vice Chancellor of the Grace Institution, and the Chief Host for this forum, for the uncommon support in different forms given to us to have a befitting workshop and conference. It's so surprising that there was no power outage since the day we've entered there, because it was practical based. Let us give a round of applause for the Vice Chancellor for the gesture. Thank you very much, sir. To all the principal officers present, I appreciate you all. Men of the press, ladies and gentlemen in the house, I say thank you. Finally, I want to appreciate our host. I also call her mother, a registered member of the association. I call her a matron. I call her advisor. I don't know the one that I don't know how to rank the other. Nevertheless, I'm talking of Professor Mfonobon E. Umobo for making this program highly effective. I appreciate you. Above all the glory goes to God for giving us mercy journey when all of us are coming, believing Him that He will take us back to our various homes safely. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all.
Please, you can clap better than that for President A.B. taking time to talk to us about A.B. The vision, the mission, the aim, everything. He has said so much. Said it's time we develop and defend ourselves. All-round research. Said anything researchable. So for me, I think even the stubborn goats, stubborn chicken, stubborn husband, difficult children, everything put together, you call the president. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for him. Thank you very much, sir. So please, if you are here and you are not yet a member, think about that. The Vice Chancellor, sir, the chairman of this great occasion, we are progressing as I call on the Director, Institute of Education, University of Ibadan, who is here ably represented by Misty Antia for the goodwill message.
Good afternoon, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. the chairman of the occasion, and every other dignitary here present, and participants, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mr. Inimfon Onyediantia, and I'm standing here to represent Professor J. Benga Adewale, the Director, Institute of Education, University of Ibadan, on the occasion of the second forum of ABRIP holding here in the University of Uyo. And I'm here to give a goodwill message on behalf of the Director. First of all, the Director instructed me, just like he would do, to wear 2 caps on his behalf. And if I should put that on me, it would mean I have 3 now. And the first would be on his capacity as the Director, Institute of Education, and also as the President of the Educational Assessment and Research Network in Africa, ENIA. So, on the first note, the Director of the Institute of Education wishes to express his gratitude to the Vice Chancellor, the host, and the whole community of University of Uyo for allowing us to be here, to be treated so friendly here. He has that position to say so because just like you heard everything about EBIRIP from the President, you would also hear again that EBIRIP, yes, originated from the Institute of Education, University of Ibadan, being that the President and the originator of the vision is a member of the Institute. So the Director of the Institute wishes us to take notice of the fact that the fertile ground provided by the Institute for academic progress and excellence is what made the vision of ABRIP to thrive up to the point where we have all of us seated here to benefit from the wealth of experience and the academic intentions of the association. And also, the Director wishes that the activities of the Institute of Education be highlighted to this forum. The Institute of Education, University of Ibadan, is a research institute, is an autonomous unit of the University of Ibadan, an institute that is in charge of, that is in 3 tiers. The Institute of Education has an academic section, or an academic unit, the International Center for Educational Evaluation, where educational evaluators are trained in the whole of Africa. And also, it has a schools service unit, where the schools under her embrace are taken care of in terms of quality assurance and the training and retraining of teachers and certain other school services. And also the Institute of Education also does outreach services to organizations who wish to be evaluated, who wish to be assessed in terms of educational measurements and assessment. And also the Institute of Education houses, takes in students at the master's and PhD research levels. And finally, I told you I'm putting on 2 caps on behalf of the Director. And the second capacity, as the President of Educational Research and Assessment Network, ENIA, the President, which doubles as the Director of the Institute, asked me to extend his gratitude or his goodwill to this forum, the ABRIP second forum, that all we'll do here will ensure the furtherance of the association, and also instructed me to announce, although we will hear more about that later, the upcoming events of the association, Educational Research and Assessment Network in Africa, ENIA. He asked me to announce the upcoming conferences for this year. ENIA Cameroon coming up in October 2020, and ENIA International coming up in Kano, September this year. On behalf of the Director, Institute of Education, University of Ibadan, I say, may the Almighty God be with this forum in Jesus' name. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Antia, representative of Director, Institute of Education, University of Ibadan, for that wonderful goodwill message. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for him. Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor, sir, the chairman of this occasion, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the time that we all have been waiting for, and that's to hear from the first speaker, the keynote speaker. He is no other person but Professor Ifeoma M. Isuko, and he is going to talk to us about member is here represented by Dr. James.
The Vice Chancellor, the Chairman of this operation,
should I bring
the local organizing committee,
let me get the program.
the Dean, Faculty of Education, the President, ABREP, professors and members of the high table, the Director, Institute of Education, every represented here, distinguished colleagues, gentlemen of the press, participants, ladies and gentlemen. You are all welcome to this great occasion. It is a great honor for me to, on behalf of my registrar, the Registrar and Chief Executive, National Business and Technical Examination Board, a keynote speech at this very important conference. I would like to first thank God for granting us journey mercies and making it possible for us to gather at a time in our country where the factors that divide us seems more real than the factors that bind us together as a nation. Secondly, I would like to congratulate ABREC in particular, the President and his team, for the excellent arrangement of this workshop. I would like to also thank Professor Fonobo for the hospitality. She and her team made this conference possible. Thank you for hosting us. The Registrar Chief Executive, NAPTEP, would have wished to be here. Even this morning, when we communicated, she desired to be here, but like most of us will understand that this time of the year, all the examination bodies are very busy trying to draw the timetable so that no exams will conflict with the other. Because of engagement, she could not make it here, but had asked me to represent her. The registrar truly holds this association in very high esteem, especially that the president of this noble association and the registrar are colleagues at the Institute of Education, University of Ibadan, my own great alma mater, great UI. I didn't hear that. Great UI. For the record, okay, please,
You know, the University of Ibadan is still seen and respected as the first and the best. We desire that that record will be maintained over the years. Even if you are not privileged to have one of our certificates, please don't feel jealous. Just accept it that God had made it so. For the purpose of this presentation, I would like to say that my speech will be titled Developing and Enhancing 21st Century Analytical Skills for Global Competitiveness. And this paper is presented at the Association of Behavioral Research Analysts and Psychometricians workshop and conference holding here at Oyema Ugochukwu Auditorium, Town Campus, University of Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. It would be out of place to mention here that the president of this association is my teacher. He taught me and a few of us here, especially the class of 2012, while students at the Institute of Education, University of Ibadan. I must also confess that our lead paper presenter here, our own dear professor, his thesis was one of the thesis professor, the registrar, gave me to look at while preparing my thesis. Well done, sir. A great number of business leaders, politicians, and educators agree that individuals need 21st century skills to be successful. It is exciting to know that one lives in times that are so revolutionary that they demand new and diverse skills. Analytical skills are among the top skills required in the world of today. Institutions and organizations around the world always attempt to differentiate themselves by focusing, developing, building analytical skills. The analytical skills in the knowledge and competence needed for performing analysis. Let me pause to say that analytical skill is not just data analysis skill. Data analysis skill is one of those skills in the breakdown of the different analytical skills. And one of those skills is your communication skill. Therefore, this forum has given us opportunity to come together. We should not, after this forum, stop communicating, because it is one of those skills we need for global competitiveness. The second of such skill is creativity, critical thinking. Data analysis is one of them, research skill, and technological literacy. Thinking analytically is a skill like carpentry or driving a car. It can be taught, it can be learned, and improved with practice. Analysts indeed learn by doing. You are not an analyst any day you stop doing. So any day you stop doing or applying any of these analytical skills and limit yourself to only data analysis skill, you will be obsolete. Today, some of the people we consider as quacks in analysis, they are not quacks not because they don't know how to perform data analysis. Most of them can truly perform data analysis, but do not know how to give the appropriate interpretation of the data that has been analyzed. So beyond data analysis, which is one of the skills most of us have developed ourselves in, we should develop, we should enhance the other skills that are mentioned in this address. We are going to consider 7 steps in enhancing or developing our analytical skills. And the first step is to understand what is meant by analytical skills. Analytical skills are problem-solving skills that can be used to evaluate problems. Analytical constitute attention to details, critical thinking ability, decision-making, researching skills, in order to analyze the problem and reach a solution. Ability to deal with information in deductive and inductive ways is part of the skills needed of an analyst. Ability to collect, visualize, and analyze information to see the bigger picture or trend behind facts. Second skill, the second step to follow to develop your analytical skill is to participate in analysis-based training and projects. This is a good opportunity ABREP has created for most of us, and not attending the conference is not enough. Attending the conference too is not just enough. Attending this conference and participating in the conference is why we are here. Therefore, even if you understand, but you already have a position, try to air your mind so that the other members of your group will learn from it. And that is the only way we can keep developing until we get to that point where we could be globally competitive. Therefore, learn to work jointly with other analysts. This is a personal story. I was drafted into a committee to analyze, to be part of a baseline study for a World Bank project. And the only reason I joined that committee was because the other persons who were already members of that committee were from other disciplines. And they needed an educationist who is also an evaluator to be part of the team. Not because the study is an education-based study, but because we needed the educational component part, for that study to pull through. Therefore, try to work with other analysts. They may not be in education, just like one of our lead paper presenters is not in the faculty of education. But being an analyst requires that you must go outside your scope, outside your field, outside your immediate environment. Most of us who are seated here, I'm sure, are from University of Ibadan, University of Calabar, University of Benin, and the likes. Also, you try to apply analytical skills, analytical tools on analytical work. The truth is this: for every problem, like our own professor would say, Emeritus Professor Pai, that there is no problem. The problem is that there is no problem. And that is the background we were raised, to believe that for every problem there is a solution. Because for him and the training we received, we got to realize that there is no problem. Therefore, if you could apply analytical tools, not referring to just analytical software, beyond the different analytical softwares we use for data analysis, you should try to apply other analytical skills. This conference, by the grace of God, has improved our ability in communication, has improved our ability in critical thinking, has improved our ability in data analysis proper. Try to attend conferences, trainings, or workshops on emerging trends in analysis. Before now, it is very easy for us to do data analysis quantitatively. But those of us who participated in the workshop, we know that as easy as it is to analyze data quantitatively, so it is to analyze data qualitatively. And that is the essence of attending conferences. That is the essence of attending forums like this. So we have experts here who are not limited to do qualitative studies. We can still do our qualitative studies and analyze objectively, because that is the essence, objectivity. Analyze objectively other qualitative studies. Attend conferences and trainings to get those to get knowledge in those areas. Engage in innovative and workable networks with appropriate teams. The third step to follow is to start with a clear framework. Please, participants, follow procedures. Do not jump straight into analysis. And when I mean into analysis, I'm not referring to into data analysis. before you get to the step where you are going to analyze the data, you will agree with me that there are some studies you can't truly analyze the data until you correct some structural issues, technical issues from the formative stage. So follow procedures. Do not just run straight into doing the data analysis. Read textbooks, articles, and audio materials. Step 4, identify analytical tools that can help. There are so many of such analytical tools today. Most of it, we've been exposed to those tools in this forum. Please, don't just get those skills and go to sleep. Seek innovative ways to develop and strengthen those skills. Focus on the analytical skills relevant to the project. Develop project-specific analytical skills. This is very necessary as it requires necessary interdisciplinary analytical skills. One thing that keeps revolving is that you can't do it alone. You must, work with others, even outside your discipline, if you want to be globally competitive. Practice your analytical skills regularly. And I'll pause here to tell you an experience. As a master's degree student, I remember our teacher then, presently the director of the Institute of Education, University of Ibadan, called one of my friends and I to teach one of his classmates who they did PhD together. At that time, we were master's degree students. But the woman had a PhD in educational evaluation, but was not practicing as an evaluator. I think she was working with an NGO or with a foreign agency. After her job with that agency, she wanted to go back to the classroom. So she ran back to the university and sought to get recent updates of trends, of things that have happened in the area of measurement. Our then lecturer told us that he does not have the time and may not have the patience to explain in details things that he feels this lady should be abreast with. But told the lady that these two students would have to put you through. Not minding that he had his PhD already, yet we were just master's degree students. And that was the opportunity most of us have. Dr. Motayo and I were in that 2012 set. Today, because like we were told then, our teacher would tell us, today you are the one sitting, tomorrow you will be the one to stand while we will be sitting. And we didn't expect it will happen so soon. Not only did the registrar supervise my master's and my PhD, she took me over to NAPTEP. And today, NAPTEP is already organizing to bring ABREP to organize training for her staff. The proposals have gone out of the department and is already at the registrar's table. We believe that by the time the registrar checks the calendar for the board, you will be invited one of these days to come and train NAPTEP staff. One of the steps to develop your analytical skills is to seek feedback and new ways to develop. And I think that is very important. Work on group projects, discuss projects with a group, present findings to a larger audience. And that is why ABREP is not just satisfied with organizing workshops. Beyond the workshop, come for the conference, exercise, demonstrate those skills you have gained. Let's see it in your article. Let's see it in your manuscript. Because if you work without receiving feedback, I'm sure the day you get out of the way, you won't realize it early. Present findings to a larger audience. Welcome self-assessment of analytical skills. Get relevant ideas across the group. Importance of analytical skills development for global competitiveness. It gives employability skills, and that is, I'm a testimony to that. Yes, that is one of the importance of analytical skills development for global competitiveness. By the grace of God, I'm also one of those slated to attend an international conference from the board. And the reason basically is because of analytical skills. I am one of the youngest in the board, but I am one of those that attend most of the meetings that the board desire to get objective feedback on, to the glory of God and to the glory of my teachers. So beyond helping yourself, it also gives you opportunity for employment. I'm sure that you hardly will see an analyst who is not busy. Sometimes before we became analysts, people, the first complaint is that he is very busy. The person is very busy. And we thought we won't get to that point where people will make such statements. But today, because you have a lot of things, you are developing yourself, you are critiquing some work, you are developing yourself, so you can't be idle. I've not seen one analyst that is idle. I have not seen one. And I don't think any good analyst will ever be idle. Because the development must be consistent and constant. Any day he stops developing himself, he's ready to be pushed away. Increase opportunities and empower individuals. That's one of the things it does for you. It gives you more opportunities. That is one of the things I'm benefiting from the board. Analytical help to identify, develop, nurture talent, skills in a given field. Analytical skills facilitate the global economic competitiveness and labor market demands. Analytical skills in the workforce enhances productivity. The skills are essential to poverty reduction. So one of the things we could tell government is that we have something that could reduce poverty, and that is scientifically proven. And one of those things is analytical skills. May I conclude this paper by saying that analytical skills, like natural gifts, need to be tapped, nurtured in an intellectual environment. When analytical skills are effectively utilized, individuals can become more globally competitive. Today's global economy requires advanced, flexible, and analytical skills which will help in the domestic workforce that will lead to global and labor market demand. With the right skills in the workforce, firms can be more productive and competitive, which will help the economy to grow faster. Hence, analytical skills require constant development, and that is point of emphasis. It requires constant development. The registrar recommends in our speech the following. Trainers should endeavor to develop their analytical skills, as this will enhance their healthy competition anywhere they find themselves. To be successful in today's knowledge economy, communities, University of Uyo community, would need to boost the analytical skills of our individuals, and also the utilization and development of these skills by analysts. Skill development needs to be part of a comprehensive economic development strategy, as the result is beyond quantification. Thank you so much for listening.
Please, you can clap better than that for the keynote speaker, the representative of the Registrar, National Business and Technical Examinations, for that wonderful presentation. I think we were on the same page. Says it requires constant development, that you should endeavor to develop your analytical skills. You should. It begins with you. Thank you very much. the representative of the registrar, the Vice Chancellor, sir, the chairman of this great occasion, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, they are progressing as I call for the next item, presentation of awards.
The Vice Chancellor, sir, all other protocol duly observed. Good afternoon, everybody. It is now time for presentation of awards. So, may I request our keynote presenter, Professor Ifeoma M. Isigo Abanihe, to please stand. She's ably represented by Dr. James Ban. Professor Ifeoma Mercy Isigo Abanihe is a professor of educational evaluation and language education, Institute of Education, University of Ibadan. She holds a BSc Ed and MEd from Temple University, Philadelphia, USA, and a PhD in educational evaluation / language education from the University of Ibadan. She was employed as a research fellow too at the Institute of Education, University of Ibadan in 1993, and rose through the ranks to the post of professor in 2011. As an academic staff, she taught several courses in educational evaluation, including public examining, observational techniques, curriculum development, program evaluation, and qualitative research and evaluation, as well as courses in other departments. Professor Ifeoma Isigo Abanihe held several leadership positions at the Institute of Education, University of Ibadan, including Subdean, Postgraduate, Head, International Center for Educational Evaluation, ICE, Head of the School Services Unit, and Head of the Research and Publication Unit. She is a versatile international scholar. Professor Isigo Abanihe has a flair for research. Hence, she is a versatile scholar of international repute. She has won several research awards, including the British Council Chevening Scholar Research Fellow, which took her to the University of Manchester, United Kingdom, as a visiting scholar, the Canadian CIDA-sponsored research fellowship at the Mount St. Vincent University, Halifax, which was on evaluation of women's literacy projects in Canada and Nigeria, and the MacArthur-funded research award for a study on implementation of integrated family life education, IFLE, in oil-producing communities of the Niger Delta. Professor Ifeoma Isigo Abanihe has served as a national lead researcher consultant on several evaluation studies sponsored by national bodies and international development partners, such as the British Council, the World Bank, National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, Federal Ministry of Education, Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, etc. As a multidisciplinary researcher, our research areas include educational assessment / evaluation, language education, gender and women's studies, and technical and vocational education and training, TVET. Professor Ifeoma Isigo Abanihe is currently the Registrar, Chief Executive Officer of the National Business and Technical Education Board, NAPTEP, where she coordinates public examination activities in all the 6 geopolitical zones and 36 states of Nigeria. Professor Isigo Abanihe, in addition to her numerous conference paper presentations, has been a popular keynote speaker in a number of education conferences. She is an institute administrator and a passionate teacher.
She has supervised more than 40 postgraduate students, including 13 PhDs, and has more than 70 publications in books and learned journals. She is still very active in researching. She loves promoting scholastic initiatives. So I have the honor to invite Dr. Joy Chukwumenye to present the award to Professor Abanibo.
The Vice Chancellor, the chairperson of this forum, please permit me to stand on the already established protocol to make this presentation. I am highly elated to be the one making this presentation to my dear Professor Ifeoma Isiugo Abanihe. She is one of the outstanding scholars. In fact, I refer to her as one of the oracles in the Institute of Education. I happen to be in contact with her, and I think she deserves that description. So I'm standing here on behalf of this great association, this association that the sky will eventually become the limit, to present this to her.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. So may I request Professor to stand? Yes, absolutely. And before I continue, may I invite Professor again. Professor Vincent Asuru is a professor of educational management and evaluation. He holds a PhD degree in education and political science from the University of Port Harcourt, an LLB and B.Health degrees from the Rivers State University and the Nigerian Law School, Abuja, respectively. He holds MD, MEd, and PhD degrees in educational evaluation from the International Center for Educational Evaluation, University of Ibadan, Nigeria. As part of his quest for improved pedagogical degree, he studied for and was awarded a Master Trainer Certificate in Study Technology from Applied Scholastic International, St. Louis, USA. He has for over 3 decades now, been teaching and researching at the Department of Educational Psychology, Guidance and Counseling, Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, Bubilweni, Port Harcourt, formerly Rivers State College of Education. He served the Jane College and now the university in various capacities, having been chairman and member of over 45 committees and panels. Professor Asuru has, thank you. Professor Asuru has served as director of the following units in Dane College and now University: School of Remedial and Extramural Studies, Teaching Practice, General Studies, and for the past 6 years, Director Academic Planning, which he combines with his new position as Dean Faculty of Education. Thank you. He is also the head of St. John's Dubio Campus, and has different times served as Senate representative in the University Governing Council. A versatile and widely traveled scholar, Professor Asuru is the member of many national and international land and professional societies and associations. He is a recipient of many awards, including Fellow of the Institute of Corporate Administration, FCAI, and Fellow of the Nigerian Association of Special Education Teachers. Is a member of Nigerian Academy of Education. Professor Asuru has over 90 publications in reputable national and international journals, book chapters, books, conference proceedings to his credit, and has attended over 50 national and international conferences and workshops. He is a commentator on topical issues and has presented over 20 topical television and radio talks. Asuru serves as editor, reviewer, assessor, several national and international journals, as well as external examiner to many universities. Professor Asuru having benefited enormously from community endeavor, he is passionate about community life. He has at different times served as chairman, secretary, and member of several community-based organizations, CBOs, at social, religious, and cultural levels. He is a knight of the Honored Order of St. Mulumba, where he currently serves as the Grand Knight of the Sagno Christi Subordinate Council. He is also a Justice of the Peace conferred on him by the Rivers State government. In the face of his numerous academic, social, cultural, religious, and community responsibilities, Professor Asuru is a consummate family man and is passionate about his family. He is happily married to Lady Chikane Asuru, PhD. To the glory of God, the marriage is blessed with 5 children. So, please, I want to invite Professor Imabong Apan, the chairman of today's occasion, to present this award of honor to Professor.
So I can go with the system.
Please celebrate him. Congratulations, Professor Asuru. Congratulations.
May I invite my friend, Professor Unonobong, Enobong, Umobong.
Professor Inobong, Fonobong, Umobong.
Professor Mokbon Nobong Umobong is a professor of psychometrics, educational measurements, evaluation, research, and statistics. She holds a Bachelor of Education Chemistry from the University of Calabar, second class upper division, and was the best graduating student in education and education science in 1958. She went on to obtain a postgraduate diploma in computer science upper credit in 1992 from the same university. She received the Federal Government Scholarship Award for postgraduate student studies, which enabled her to obtain a master's degree in education evaluation from the University of Ibadan in 1995, and a Doctor of Philosophy in Education Assessment and Evaluation in 2000. Her working experience began as a secondary school chemistry teacher in 1989. Not satisfied with that, she left for her master and doctorate degrees in University of Ibadan, and while there was given the position of teaching assistant from 1994 to 2000. At the completion of her doctoral degree, she got appointment with the University of EU as lecturer 2 from 2000 to 2003. Moved from there to lecturer 1 from 2003 to 2006. Senior lecturer from 2006 to 2009. Associate professor from 2009 to 2012. And a professor in 2012. Our administrative experience in the university spans from staff advisor in the department and faculty of member to member, postgraduate board. In 2013, she was appointed the Director of Academic Planning of the University of EU, and later the Pioneer Director of Quality Assurance of the university from February 2014 until date. At the university, she has participated and been a member of several boards and committees, including member of management of the university. She is fully committed to ensuring quality in higher education, and especially in the university system, and has participated in many accreditation panels in and outside the country. In 2014, she received from the University of EU an award for excellent quality service delivery. Professor Umobong, area of specialization and research interests are psychometrics, educational management, measurement, evaluation, research, statistics, computer programming, applications, and data analysis. Professor Mobong has attended several national and international seminars, conferences, and workshops, especially on item response theory, computerized adaptive testing, assessing quality in higher education, and several other areas. She is particularly interested and has worked in the area of item response theory and generalizability theory, conducting researches in these areas. She has also been involved in many researches, data analysis, interpretation, and report writing, serving as a resource person to education sector analysis, Federal Ministry of Education, UNICEF, and Universal Basic Education Commission. Professor Mobong has published over 40 articles in several reputable national and international journals and book chapters in her area of interest. She is a member of several professional bodies, including American Educational Research Association, American Evaluation Association, Association of Educational Assessment in Africa, Educational Assessment and Research Network in Africa, Association of Behavioral Research Analysts and Psychometricians, ABRE, among others. She is fully engaged in the teaching of several undergraduate and postgraduate courses, teaching practice, dissertation and thesis supervision, research and community development. Professor Mobong is a committed Christian, happily married and blessed with children. I present to you a wife, mother for excellence, psychometrician, teacher, astute academician, researcher, and MMA quality as fondly known and called within and outside the university.
Please, I wish to request Professor Nkechi PM Esomono to please present the award to our prof.
Let's celebrate her.
I have the honor on behalf of ABRED to present to you Award of Excellence. Professor Evokwan
Mfonobo
Efonobo.
Umobo. Congratulations to you, bro. Please clap and clap and clap. Thank you.
Congratulations to all our awardees. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Abreapuyo, for that gesture and the honor done the deserved persons. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for them. Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor said, the chairman of this great occasion, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, no less a time will be done with the first segment, and that's the opening ceremony. So at this point, I would like to invite Miss Unyeme Hari to please step forward and give the vote of thanks. And after the vote of thanks, there's going to be a group photograph in this order. We'll have each awardee with members of the head table. We'll have members of the head table alone. We'll have general photograph. We'll have head table and the audience. Thank you very much. Miss Unyeme Hari.
Thank you so very much, Ma. On behalf of the chairman of the local organizing committee, I take this floor to close the remark by saying thank you so very much to all our professors who came from far and near to grace this occasion. I would like to also appreciate especially the Vice Chancellor represented by Professor Antia. You're so much appreciated for coming around, and all the professors, doctors, scholars, and researchers. We say, may God bless you all for coming to grace this occasion. Thank you and thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Hari. The Vice Chancellor side, the chairman of this great occasion, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to round off the first segment, may we please rise as I invite Professor Emmanuel Udofia, my lecturer, my teacher, for the closing prayers.
May we rise? In the name of the Father, and the Holy Spirit, eternal Rock of Ages, we must give you thanks because it is our duty to do so. For without you, we would not be here. And being here without you, we would hardly make any progress. Thank you, Father, for what we have achieved this session. Thank you for what we are going to achieve the next session. The hall is not filled, which means we expect that some of our members, participants, are on their way. We commit their journeys to you, O Lord. We ask you, Lord, to bring them here safely. Thank you, Father, for everything that you have enabled us to achieve today. Bless all of us here, the Vice Chancellor, who has taken keen interest in this conference. Bless the members of the ALOC and the Presido for bringing this topical issue to the University of Uyo.
Father, we know the problems that confront analysts in their world. We hand over these problems to you. We pray and hope that you will help us overcome some of these problems at this conference, that the conference may not be in vain. Thank you, merciful Father. For in Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the first segment. Please do not be in a hurry to leave. Remember that this event continues, and that will be directed by the chairperson after the group photograph. Photographers, please. Let's have the awardees. The first person with members.